Yo, what up everybody? It's Hebrew again, and we're going to get into a reason tutorial, something to help you quantize any drums that you're really trying to humanize. It's almost being counterintuitive. So you're going to play your drums with no input quantized. So it's going to be scattered across your grid, and then you're going to be able to quantize that at a specific setting so it will tighten up, but it's not going to be grid locked. So the whole concept is being able to play it and globally quantize your notes, but not too much to where it sounds robotic. Let's see what that looks like. All right, so I'm working on a track for a future album. I want us to look at the shakers and look at the MIDI. You're gonna see not every one of these is on beat. Sometimes it's a little bit off, even a 64 off. But if you were to actually listen to the track, it has a good groove to it. It has a pretty nice groove. If I were to duplicate this and I swung these to have 100% of my quantization affecting the MIDI notes, it's gonna sound like this. Versus something like this. Do you hear how robotic, steady, militant those shakers sound? Just You can feel the pulse on each downbeat in perfect time. So in order to get away from something like this, I want to reperform what's going on. So here's my shakers. And I'm going to play the same pattern that I recorded here. So you can already hear that it wasn't perfectly in time. So to correct this behavior, I want to keep the swing that I did. If we look at the MIDI notes of this, you see I'm pretty much nowhere near the ballpark on half of these. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to highlight all of these MIDI notes. I'm going to hit my F8 key command. Instead of going for a quantization amount of 100, I'm going to set this to 10%. I'm going to dive in and figure out what grid setting closely resembles what I'm going for. For this, if I slide all of these over, most of them are going to be positioned close to that 16th marker. So then I'm simply going to Command K, which is the shortcut for quantization, about 8 times. And literally 8 is the magic number that I usually use. And then give it a listen. Probably one more. And as you see, instantly it is fixing the MIDI notes to its closest grid lock, but it is not destroying my groove. It is not destroying my swing by literally grid locking all of my MIDI notes to its quantization value. That way we keep the swing that we had, we keep the groove that we had, but we are tightening our playing. Now, if I were to take this 100%, then we'll get this. It's not doing us any justice. It's not doing us any good. It is okay to leave some of these off of its beat. And the only thing I make sure I do is keep this, the first downbeat into the clip, as close to the beginning as possible. With this being right here, we should be good. If I play this, it sounds like it comes in on beat. So like I said, a very small tidbit, something that you can just grab and go and do with anything. I use it on a shaker this time because it's easier to do. In another video, I'll show how to take a more complex rhythm and keep that same groove or swing. But just so you can kind of get where I'm coming from, you'll want to take the downbeats that you know are going to hit on one quantization value, quantize those notes, and then switch your quantization value over for the remaining notes. But more on that video later. So if you like this video, make sure to like and subscribe my channel. If you like me, make sure to like and subscribe my channel. I do like all the love that you guys bring to this channel. Thank you and have a good night.